going on, family? Civ checking in, and welcome back to another Civ's Advanced Analysis NBA Edition video. A subsection here on the channel where I not only talk about the different trades that happened in the NBA world either during the middle of the season or the off season, but also I give you all as fans a little taste as to what you can expect from the players as they join your clubs in the foreseeable future. And today, everyone, we're shifting our attention to the Sacramento Kings because in this trade deadline, being the 2025 trade deadline, the Sacramento Kings are making some major moves. And you can honestly say that they are really aiming to win now. Because in this trade deadline, not only did they bring in one major superstar, but today they brought in another major superstar. And you may be wondering, who are the two major superstars that the Sacramento recently acquired? Well, they are number one, Zach Lavine from the Chicago Bulls, and number two, Jonas Valanciunas from the Washington Wizards. So today we're going to be breaking down both of these players' games as well as what they can do on the Sacramento Kings. So without further ado, let's get started. First off, we gotta talk about Zach Lavine, and man, oh man, what a pickup he is for the Sacramento Kings. Because when you think of Zach Lavine, you think of his explosive abilities, and rightfully so. After all, this man got his accolades as an explosive guy early on in his career, being the dunk contest champion as well as any other accolades as well. But what people don't know is throughout his time in the NBA, whether that be on the Minnesota Timberwolves and especially on the Chicago Bulls, his game has steadily improved, where not only is he developing a good mid-range shot as well as a good three-point shot, not a good three-point shot, an excellent three-point shot, but also he's developing his defense significantly. And right at this point, when he got traded to the Sacramento Kings, I believe that his mid-range shot, his three-point shot, as well as his defense is going to be super huge for the Sacramento Kings, especially in those situations where they need some extra energy from another player, because I believe that his skills will definitely offset the opponent and it will really make the games much more entertaining and explosive, especially in the clutch moments of the game. Now, even though I talked about Zach Lavine's positives as he joins the Sacramento Kings, there is one situation that I wouldn't say the Sacramento Kings necessarily needs to focus on, but it's something that they should consider as Zach Lavine joins the club, and that is how he's going to play alongside DeMar DeRozan, because DeMar DeRozan and Zach Lavine were teammates in their time in Chicago, and when you watch them both play alongside each other, their games are very similar to each other in the sense where not only are they really using the mid-range shot, especially during the clutch moments of the game, but more importantly, during the clutch moments or the intense moments of the games, both of those players wants to be that main person who shines during the really tight moments of the game. So in this situation, once again, like what happened in the Chicago Bulls, one of them has to take the backseat and let the other one flourish. And while that may be a good thing at times, it is possible that one player taking the backseat a little too much than the other will cause some controversy to happen, which really could affect the chemistry. And I'm not even considering the opportunities that the other Sacramento players will get as well, being like Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, Dante Sabonis, and the list goes on and on. All of these players on the Sacramento Kings wants to get their touches as well. So it's going to be really interesting how Sacramento is going to work their rotations and make sure that everyone gets their touches, especially with Zach Lavine joining the lineup. And I'm really excited to see what Sacramento does in order to ensure that Zach Lavine, DeMar DeRozan, as well as the rest of the Sacramento team continues to play in a perfect harmony. Now that we talked about Zach Lavine joining the Sacramento Kings, we gotta talk about the other player that will be joining the Sacramento Kings as well. And that is Jonas Valanciunas. And honestly, everyone, I am super surprised by this because not only is this an underrated pickup for the Sacramento Kings, but also I'm surprised that not more was given in exchange for Jonas Valanciunas. Maybe that is because he's coming from Washington Wizards and the losing record, but either way, it's a super underrated pickup for the Sacramento Kings because when you look at Jonas Valanciunas' career up to this point, not only was he drafted by the Raptors, which right away that is just love for me because I'm a Raptors fan, so we're going to support our Raptors brothers or our Raptors ex-brothers. Any Raptors player in the past or present is always going to get my love, but more importantly than that, his game up to this point is definitely that of a traditional center where they love to do the grit and grindy and they love to do everything that a traditional center would do. But what makes Jonas Valanciunas special among those other centers, or I wouldn't say special, but a little different than the other centers, is that in his time recently with the New Orleans Pelicans, Memphis Grizzlies, and recently the Washington Wizards, he has steadily improved his three-point game to the point where now at this trade deadline or in this trade area where he's getting sent to the Sacramento Kings, that three-point shot is super deadly and it's going to become a major problem for the opponents. And it's something that the Sacramento Kings can definitely use, especially when things get a little unexpected. And with all this being said, I am really happy that Jonas Valanciunas is going to the Sacramento Kings because not only does it allow him to play at that traditional center five like he always does, but also for the Sacramento Kings now, Domantas Sabonis can play that power forward position, which he is more comfortable with than being a stretch big five. And when Domantas Sabonis is in that power forward position, I believe that he will be able to get more opportunities to show what he really wants to do and could really find more opportunities to score the ball in a much effective rate and pace. So I believe that is the main reason why they brought in Jonas Valanciunas to be that traditional five. And with all this being said, we'll have to see how Jonas Valanciunas gels with the team and what kinds of plays they run with him as the starting center for the Sacramento Kings going forward. So yeah, that wraps up my thoughts on the two trades that the Sacramento Kings have made so far in this 2025 trade deadline. And as I said before in the earlier parts of my video, based on these two trades, it's clear that the Sacramento Kings not only want to really make their team as deep as possible, but also they want to win as soon as possible as well by going deep into the playoff run this year and making the team as championship caliber as possible. And honestly everyone, I don't even blame the organization, especially given the fact that the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Memphis Grizzlies, the Houston Rockets, the Denver Nuggets, among other Western teams are also really loading their pieces as well and making themselves as championship quality as possible. So it's only fair that the Sacramento Kings continue to improve their craft as well, and I believe that is what they're doing to really compete. So with all that being said, we need to just keep watching the Sacramento Kings and continue to see how they improve and continue to develop in the second half of the season. I'm definitely going to be tuning into more Sacramento games, or at the very least watching their highlights, because boy oh boy, it's going to be some interesting times and some exciting times in Sacramento. But with all that being said, let me know what you all thought about this trade or the trades that Sacramento has done so far. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you feel like there are some problems that I have missed? Or do you feel as optimistic as I am about their future? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to talk about it there. And also Sacramento fans, chime in as well, because you know your team better than everyone. So let me know in the comments below how you all feel about the trade so far that you are getting. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video where we talk more trades, more Raptors, or just more sports in general. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next video. And until then, Civ, signing out.